Conan never imagined it. A man simply ate a bowl of ramen by the roadside, yet he was poisoned to death on the spot. The bizarre way he died instantly threw the other customers into panic. That evening, Ran was away at a school camp. With no one at home, Conan and Kagero Mori had to go out for dinner. Following a flyer, they arrived at a rundown ramen shop. Even the name was unsettling. It was called Ramen So Good It'll Kill You. At that moment, aside from the owner and a staff member, there were two other customers. One was an extremely arrogant real estate developer, Nishizu Tokamori. The other was Tanaka Atsushi, a barber from the shop next door. The moment Nishizu walked in, he looked disgusted. He kept mocking the poor conditions of the restaurant. He even made wild remarks, saying the place would go out of business sooner or later. He joked that eating there might actually get someone killed. Soon, steaming bowls of ramen were served. Everyone began to eat, but no one expected this. The moment Nishizu took his first bite, his face turned pale. He clutched his throat tightly with both hands. His body convulsed violently. Then he collapsed straight to the floor, dead within seconds. After receiving the report, the police quickly arrived at the scene. According to the initial forensic examination, the victim died from cyanide poisoning. But strangely, after testing the ramen, the water, the utensils, and even the nearby plants, no trace of poison was found. Only the victim's left thumb and index finger, the tips of the chopsticks he used, and the surface of the table in front of him, showed tiny amounts of toxin. Based on this, Officer Takagi speculated that the victim had poison on his hands beforehand. While eating, he handled his chopsticks, causing the poison to mix with the food, which ultimately led to his death. Everyone in the shop became a suspect. The owner and the employee hated the victim for constantly pressuring them to relocate. The barber, Tanaka Atsushi, had a serious financial dispute with him. For a moment, no one could be ruled out. While the police were stuck, Conan calmly observed from the side. He noticed the victim's glasses were covered in fog. Tanaka Atsushi also wore a similar pair. At the same time, Conan discovered that inside the victim's coat pocket, there were traces of toxic powder, but the victim had never touched that pocket before he died. Combining the steamy environment in the shop with all the clues, Conan quickly saw through the trick. Seizing the moment, he shot Kagero Mori with a tranquilizer dart. Using the sleeping Kagero, he began his deduction. Through Kagero's voice, Conan pointed out that the real culprit was Tanaka Atsushi, the barber. Long before the incident, while cutting the victim's hair, he had already applied poison to the edge of the victim's glasses frame. On the day of the incident, with steam filling the shop, the victim's glasses naturally fogged up. He instinctively used his left thumb and index finger to wipe the lenses. That transferred the poison onto his fingers. Then, when he separated his chopsticks with his hand, the poison came into contact with the food, ultimately causing his death. After the incident, amid the chaos, Tanaka secretly swapped his glasses with the victims to destroy the key evidence. Faced with this flawless deduction, Tanaka could no longer argue. He lowered his head and confessed. He admitted his motive was that the victim had maliciously acquired land and used despicable methods that drove his family to death. To avenge his loved ones, he carefully planned this poisoning.